How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well, looking after yourselves as per usual. Mr. Boulder back this week with a big video. It's my top 20 albums of 2021. This took a lot of hard thinking, but I'm there at last. I finally got them all in order, so it's going to take a while. So I'm going to crack on straight away and not piss around. Let's get started then. Number 20 is Wayward Suns, and this is Even Up the Score. This is definitely an improvement over their previous album, which was still good, but it was a little bit lackluster. Not the case here. If you're not familiar with them, this is Toby Jetson, who used to front Little Angels. This has also got Nick Westall on the bass from Chrome Molly. Hard rock from here in the UK, and great stuff. Like I say, a better album than their previous one. Superb stuff. Really, really enjoying this one. It's only come out a couple of months ago. There's some great stuff on here, like the title track, Even Up the Score, is really good. Sign of the Times, great song. Bloody Typical, I really like. Faith and Fools, Fake, a very good song. Downfall, Looking for a Reason. Land in the Blind, This Party's Over. Yeah, just standard hard rock here from here in the UK. Great stuff, good vocals, some good soloing from Sam Wood. He's a very good guitar player. All the other musical sort of performances are fantastic as well. This is a good album. Do you like this one? Very, very good. Better than their previous. Glad I picked it up. This, unlike some of the other albums here, you haven't seen yet, because these came in just at Christmas. So these will be featured in more in depth at a vinyl update soon. But that's a great album. Wayward Suns, Even Up the Score. My number 20 for 2021. Brilliant stuff. Really enjoy that one. Number 19, some more hard rock from here in the UK, and this is Black Spiders, and I think this is just self-titled. Yeah, just self-titled. Great stuff. Really, really enjoying this album. Listened to it just earlier today, and it's fantastic. Production's really, really good. These guys feature Wyatt Wendell's on the drums. If you're from the UK, you might recognise his name. He's one of the DJs on Planet Rock here in the UK. This is one of the very few gigs I actually saw last year. Caught these guys at the Milton Keynes Crawford Arms. Really, really good show. Picked up this vinyl there. Fantastic album. First song, Flying the Soup, is great. Stabbed in the Back is another great song. Back in the Convent, great track. Give them what they want. Good Times. Good Times is a song from the 60s recorded by a band called the Easy Beats. It was recorded in 1986 by In Excess and Australian singer Jimmy Barnes, and featured on the soundtrack of the Lost Boys film. So you might recognise that. Nothing Better, Rock and Roll, Free Ride, Down to the River. This is great stuff. Again, this is just your straight up hard rock. If you like AC/DC, you like Aerosmith, give this a try. You'll probably like it. A superb album, great production. Songs are fantastic. Nice guitar solos, great riffing, brilliant, brilliant stuff from Black Spiders, a band that I'm fairly new to, and glad I finally jumped on the train. This is a superb album. They're self-titled, obviously from last year. Really, really good stuff. Definitely worth checking out if you like your hard rock and you're not familiar with them. Number 18 is Enforced and Kill Grid. I was introduced to these by the main man over in Australia, Mr. Brendan Von Doom. He described these guys, and I liked the way he described them. Checked it out and loved what I heard, and just bought the album straight away. This is thrash metal, definitely with some groove in there. And the vocals are not thrashy at all. They kind of remind me of sort of US hardcore, actually. But this is great stuff if you love your thrash. The Doctrine first track is great. Beneath Me, title track Kill Grid is really good. Curtain Fire, Blood Ribbon, Trespasser. There's some brilliant, brilliant, brilliant guitar riffing on this. As a rhythm guitar player myself, I love the riffs on this. Some nice solos as well. Drums sound fantastic. It's just a great album. A band that I was completely unfamiliar with, and glad I've sort of discovered them because they are absolutely superb. This is a great album. Fantastic artwork as well. Look at that. Just looks absolutely brilliant. But that's Enforced with Kill Grid at number 18. Superb stuff. Number 17, a lot of people have shown this one. Ace Fixed and Necrocerus. Martin Van Drunen and company coming back and delivering another fantastic album. Mid-pace death metal, if you're not familiar with them, really good stuff. I'm pretty late to the party with these guys. I've only checked them out probably about 2 years ago for the first time, and absolutely love them. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. A name I've known of for years. Only recently got around to checking out. Mount Skull, great track. Molten Black Earth is another great track. Botox Implosion, love that. Really, really good. One of the faster ones on the album. Yield or Die, Necrosaurus, the title track. Great stuff. Like I say, mid-pace death metal. Nothing too technical here. A good band to cut your teeth on if you're looking to get into death metal. Don't jump in the deep end with the likes of Nile and Deicide. You know, go for something more like this. Great stuff. Really, really enjoy it. Obviously, Martin Van Drunen's vocals are superb. Some nice guitar riffing in it. Great stuff. Not too technical. Yeah, really like it. Ace Fix, Necrosaurus. Superb stuff. Really enjoying that one. Up next, back to the UK for some homegrown thrash from Eval. This is Hell Unleashed. Brother Matt Drake is out, and returning to the band, old Drake comes back in and takes up the lead vocal on this one. I'm not going to lie, like everyone else, or a lot of people have said, I prefer Matt Drake's vocals after Old's, but I still really like Old's vocals as well. They're really good. Not as good as Matt's though. But a great album, and once again, as a rhythm guitar player, the riffing on this is just vicious. Old Drake is such a good guitar player. The riffs are fantastic. Guitar tone on this album is great. Brilliant leads as well. The guitar playing on this album is just absolutely superb. Ben Carter's drumming is absolutely fantastic. Really, really solid beats. Very fast. Just superb stuff. Absolutely great thrash metal. Title track is absolutely phenomenal. The last song on the album. The first song I heard is brilliant. Paralyzed is great. Gore I really like as well. War of Attrition, great song. The Thing 1982 is great. Zombie Apocalypse, brilliant thrash metal. Absolutely loving this one. I'm surprised it's not lower down the list, but it just goes to show how many great albums were released last year. Great to have these guys back. This is their first album for about 8 years, and long overdue, but glad they're back, and looking forward to another album at some point, hopefully soon. But that's Eval's Hell Unleashed. Solid stuff. Really, really loving that one. Great thrash. Number 15, a band that a lot of people hate, but obviously I don't because I wouldn't be buying their music. This is The Darkness and their latest album. Motorheart, again, homegrown hard rock from here in the UK. Great stuff. These guys are from Lowestoft, which is a town and the most easterly town in England. Love this band. Got all their albums, and this is an improvement on their most previous album, Easter is Cancelled, which was a little bit weak, if I'm perfectly honest. But Welcome to Glasgow, which is a take on Welcome to Glasgow. It's Love Jim, great song. Jussie's Girl, really, really good. Sticky Situations, Eastbound, Speed of the Nighttime. I absolutely love this album. Eastbound is actually about going back to their hometown of Lowestoft, and it's quite strange because of I've got friends who've lived there for over 30 years. He's name checking a lot of the pubs and that in the lyrics, and I've been to loads of those pubs and drank in there, so that's quite interesting for me personally. Jesse's Girl, though, such a fantastic song. There's so much good stuff on this. Justin's voice is very much Marmite. I personally love it. He has really high falsetto vocals. Rufus Taylor on the drums, who's the son of Roger Taylor, Queen drummer, of course. Dan Hawkins and Justin's guitar playing is fantastic. Great lyrics. Yeah, whether you like this band or not, it will come down to whether you can handle Justin's vocal style, but I love it. Love this band. The Darkness, Motorheart, good album from these guys. Definite improvement on their most previous one. Really enjoyable. Love that. Good stuff. Hang on a second. Right. Up next, over to the States for Frozen Soul and Crypt of Ice. A lot of people have been showing this, and rightfully so. Brilliant album. I think I was introduced to these guys by Cody and Anthony at Metal Miners. I had no idea who they were, but I absolutely love this album. It's brilliant, really, really good stuff. Again, fantastic artwork. Look at that. Death metal from obviously in Texas. The only thing I would say against these guys is that they don't really have any identity of their own, because if you haven't heard these guys, they are 110% copy of Bolt Thrower. The only thing that's slightly different from Bolt Thrower for me is the sound of the guitars. I think they're tuned down to more sort of deathcore sort of tunings, but everything else about it was 110% Bolt Thrower. So if you like Bolt Thrower, you've not heard these guys, I'd highly recommend checking them out. But that's the only criticism I've got. They don't really have an identity of their own because they sound so much like Bolt Thrower. But honestly, I don't care about that personally. It's all good with me. This is a great death metal album. Again, kind of mid-paced, nothing really fast. Great riffs on this, great deep guttural vocals that I really enjoy. Drums are good. Title track's fantastic. Arctic Stranglehold's great. Wrath of Death I really enjoy. Encased in Ice, great track. Beat to Dust. Gravedigger, Faceless Enemy. Excellent death metal. These guys are very new, and these guys got a long, promising career ahead of them if they can carry on producing albums of this quality. I wouldn't mind just seeing a little bit more of their own personality, I have to say. But like I say, it doesn't really bother me that they sound so much like Bolt Thrower, because I love Bolt Thrower, so why wouldn't I like Frozen Soul? Frozen Soul, Crypt of Ice, excellent stuff. Some good death metal right there. Number 13 is Smith Cotson. Absolutely love this album. And bizarrely, when I first found out about this, I wasn't too fussed about picking it up. But Mark over at Wandering Souls showed this, and I thought, yeah, I need to grab this. And when I did, I was so glad I did. It's a fantastic album. I was brought up on a diet of blues rock when I was a kid. So no surprise that I love this, actually. Obviously, superb guitar playing from Richie Kotzen and Adrian Smith. Love the vocals, great guitar work, obviously. Taking My Chances, fantastic. Run-In, Scars, first 3 songs are just killer. Glory Road's good. Solar Fire, I Want to Stay, Till Tomorrow. Nico McBrain plays drums on at least one, maybe a couple of songs on this. But it's just great, old school 70s sounding blues rock, but sounding sort of in the present day and up to date, you know. Great stuff. Some nice blues rock from Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen here. Love this album. Great stuff. Smith Kotzen, self-titled. These guys are going out on tour in a couple of months. Would be good to catch them live. Don't know if I will though, but yeah, brilliant stuff. Smith Kotzen, excellent blues rock, old school. Up next is let's go over here. Flotsam and Jetson, Blood in the Water. This is very new to the collection. I only had this about 2 weeks, and it's great stuff. The vocalist, his name escapes me very briefly, is not losing his voice at all. He's been singing this band for over 30 years, and he sounds just as good now as he did 30 years ago. Is it Eric A.K.? I think it's Eric A.K. Yeah, vocals are phenomenal. Great guitar riffing, drums are fantastic. Great stuff. I really enjoy this. I haven't picked up a Flotsam and Jetson album for quite a while. Saw them live about 8 years ago, and they were phenomenal. And they've still got it now, and this is a fantastic thrash metal album if you haven't got it. Title track, first song, is absolutely superb. Burn the Sky, great riffing in that. A Place to Die is great. The Wicked Hour, Too Many Lives, Undone. Last song, 7 Seconds to the End of the World. Great catchy chorus, really sticks out in the memory. You've only got to hear it once and it's going around your head hours later. Really good thrash metal album, this. Yeah, long time since I got a Flotsam album, and I need to get off my arse and go pick up some more. But this is great thrash metal. Slightly overproduced as far as I'm concerned, but it sounds great. But yeah, really enjoy that one. Blood in the Water. Yep, from Flotsam and Jetson. Great stuff. Number 11 now. It's Iron Maiden's Senjutsu, which came out in September. I really like this album from the start, I have to say. The Book of Souls to me took some getting into, but not the case here. This is a really good album that I really enjoyed from the off. If I'm going to criticise anything about it, it's the same thing that a lot of people say. It's too long, and for me this album's way too long. I would think this would be a better album if it was 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes shorter. Maybe 20 is too much, but definitely if I shaved 10 minutes off this, it would be a better album. Some of the songs just go on forever, and it's completely unnecessary. But I do still really enjoy this album. That said, a lot of people criticise Bruce Dickinson's vocals. Don't understand why. I think he sounds fantastic on this, especially considering he had cancer not too long ago. But it's a great album. I really enjoy it. Strategio is a great track. Senjetsu, The Writing on the Wall. When I first heard that, I wasn't too fussed on it, but I absolutely love it now. A proper earworm. Days of Future Past is another song that I like. Lost in a Lost World. The Time Machine and Darkest Hour, not that fussed on those. But Death of the Celts is good, and Hell on Earth. Yeah, if I'm perfectly honest, I would love it if Maiden went back to making sort of 50-minute albums, but at the end of the day, that's not going to happen. They're not the same band as they were back then, and rightfully so. You know, everyone deserves a chance to move on and do what they want to do. And so Jetson is a fantastic album, but just a bit too long for me. Shave 10 minutes off it, and it'd be much better as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, great album nonetheless. Into the top 10, and another very, very recent pickup. KK's Priest, brilliant stuff. I was really looking forward to this when it came out, and it has not disappointed in the slightest. Tim Ripper Owens on the vocals, absolutely phenomenal vocals. He sounds brilliant, which is no surprise to me whatsoever. Obviously, this is KK down, formerly of Judas Priest, hence the very unimaginative name of the band. Sermons of the Sinner, it's great stuff. Hellfire Thunderbolt, fantastic. Sermons of the Sinner title track's really good. Raise Your Fists, great track. Brothers of the Road, Wild and Free, Hail for the Priest, Return of the Sentinel. There's some horribly cliche lyrics on this and some kind of slightly laughable song titles. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about those kind of things because this is still a great album. They certainly don't spoil my enjoyment of it. Probably going to get some vinyl at some point. But the CD was very cheap, so hence I picked it up on this. Again, great riffs, really, really good riffing. Drums are fantastic. I like the bass on it as well. Obviously, Ripper sounds great. Superb stuff from KK's Priest. Sermons of the Sinner. Looking forward to more albums from these guys. That's brilliant stuff. That's number 10. Number 9 is Memoriam, Till the End. Great album. These guys just continue to get better and better. I won't lie, the second album, The Silent Virgil, I find very, very average. I didn't really enjoy it at all. But the album before this was A Return to Form, and this is even better. New drummer on board, and it's breathed some new life into the band. Carl Willett still sounds great. I mean, he doesn't sound as good as he did years ago, but it is what it is. I still enjoy his vocals now. Mid-paced death metal again. Onwards into Battle. The War is Won. No Effect. Failure to Comply, To the End, Vacant Stare, As My Heart Grows Cold. There's one shit song on this called Mass Psychosis, which should just be cold from the track list as far as I'm concerned. It brings nothing to the party. But this is very enjoyable, mid-paced death metal from Memoriam. Great stuff. These guys are pumping out albums on a pretty consistent level, to be fair. They've not been around that long, and this is album number 4 already. And if number 5 is as good as this, then bring it on, because superb stuff from Carl Willits and company. Really good. Memoriam, To the End. Some more death metal from here in the UK. Number 8. Blaze Bayley's War Within Me. Great stuff. If you're into traditional, old school heavy metal, then this will be right up your street. Blaze sounding absolutely fantastic on this. Great vocals, great songs. Guitars sound fantastic. The whole sort of mix production is brilliant. Very, very good album. I'm loving this one. The title track is phenomenal. 303 is great. Warrior, it's a really good song. Pull Yourself Up, great catchy chorus. Really, really catchy song. Witch's Night is good. 18 Flights, first track on side 2. Brilliant stuff. The Power of Nikola Tesla. I think I've said that correctly. Every Storm End, and stuff like that. It's just a great album. Again, Blaze just does not get the recognition he deserves. He's continued to pump out great solo material 20 plus years into his career, and this is a fantastic album. Blaze Bayley's War Within Me, superb stuff. Absolutely love it. Sticking with the UK again, and this is the Wild Hearts and 21st Century Love Songs. A band that I hardly ever get see shown in the VC, and I don't understand why. But this is a great album. I absolutely love this. Ginger, Danny, CJ and Rich back with another fantastic album. Brilliant, brilliant stuff on this. If you're not familiar with Wild Hearts, they're a rock band, but definitely got a massive punk vibe in there. And there's also some metal riffing going on as well, but with poppy choruses. Ginger knows how to write a great hook, great melody. This is packed full of great songs. First song, the title track is great. Remember These Days, Splitter, Sleep Away, You Do You, Sort Your Fucking Shit Out. It's a funny song. Directions, A Physical Exorcism, My Head Wants Me Dead. It's just brilliant stuff. Catchy as anything, great riffs, nice punk vibe. Some metal riffs thrown in there for good measure. A band that just doesn't get enough recognition as far as I'm concerned. The Wild Hearts 21st Century Love Songs is a brilliant album. Another band that they do get a lot of flack for some reason. I don't really understand why, because I think they're fantastic. Throughout their entire discography, they haven't put out any crap albums at all. A couple that are a bit average, but on the whole, very good stuff. And again, it's another UK band. We had a good year last year here in the UK. And this is Cradle of Filth. I think it's Existence is Futile. Yeah, this is just absolutely phenomenal. Picked this up very cheap on Amazon just before Christmas for about £5. And I'm not disappointed at all. It's brilliant, really good. I'm myself a little bit puzzled myself as to why I like Cradle of Filth, because usually I can't stand anything symphonic. But this is great. So Cradle of Filth, black metal, not so much black metal anymore, but there's still some black metal in there. Black metal, symphonic metal, gothic metal. Brilliant stuff. I mean, Danny Filth, I mean, he's been around nearly 30 years and his voice still sounds just as good as it did back in the mid-90s. He's lost absolutely none of his range at all. He can hit those real death metal lows and the absolute high shrieking highs. It's just unreal how what kind of range he's got on his voice. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Necromantic Fantasies, it's just great. Crawling King Chaos, fantastic stuff. Dying of the Embers, Suffer Our Dominion, Us Dark Invincible. This has just got so much going on and it's all good. I was expecting to like it, but I was blown away at just how good it was. Excellent stuff here from Cradle of Filth. These guys are from Suffolk here in England. I don't know how many albums they put out. It must be about 12 at least, I think. It might be more. But this is just brilliant. And they're just continuing to put out more fantastic stuff. Loads going on. Loads of layers. Some great female background vocals. There's loads of piano in there as well. Loads and loads of layers. Loads of textures. Cradle of Filth delivering the goods once again. Fantastic album. Existence is Futile from them. Yes, I have said that right. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely loving it. Number 5, Blood Red Throne. I can't remember the title. Imperial Congregation. This is absolutely punishing death metal. Absolutely brilliant. I completely forgot these guys put this album out until I was shopping on Amazon just after Christmas. Picked it up. Not disappointed. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. It is really, really good. Pounding death metal. There's some groove in there as well. It's packed with fantastic guitar riffing. Drums are absolutely pounding. Great deep guttural vocals. An absolutely phenomenal album. This is the first album I've picked up for about 7 years. And just brilliant. It's so good. Title track's fantastic. Transparent Existence is brilliant. Warrior Elegance is great. 6.7. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. It's fantastic. Consumed Illusion, Hero Antics. It's just great death metal, absolutely pummeling. If you want something that starts, kicks your ass and stops, then this is what you want to be listening to. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. I love the riffing in this. It's so good. There's some brilliant solos as well. Drumming's great. Blood Red Throne is just absolutely phenomenal. Definitely one of the highlights of the year. Absolutely loving this album. Solid death metal from these veterans. Hoping for another album at some point soon, because if it's as good as this, then that'll be killer too. Brilliant stuff. Right, number 4 now. And coming back to Liverpool here in England, this is Carcass and Torn Arteries. Great stuff. The thing that sticks out in my mind most about this album is Bill Steer's guitar playing. That guy has absolutely lost none of his capabilities over the years. The fretwork on this album is absolutely phenomenal. Jeff Walker's still sounding good on the vocals. This is kind of a mix-up of a lot of their styles. I wouldn't quite say it goes back to the grindcore of the late 80s, but definitely mixing up sort of the stuff from necrotism, heartwork, etc., surgical steel. Great stuff from these guys. Eleanor Rigor Mortis, you've got to love that just for the punditry of the song title, obviously taken off from the Beatles song. Under the Scalpel Blades, a great track that I absolutely love. Kelly's Meat Emporium, In God We Trust. Wake Up and Smell the Carcass, stuff like that. This album's been a long time coming. It's quite a while since Surgical Steel come out. And I'm absolutely loving this. Again, it's mid-paced death metal, kind of a mix of their sort of heart work and sort of death and roll stuff as well. Awful album cover though, it has to be said. When you consider how good the cover is for Heartwork, and you look at this, difference is 9 days. It's crap artwork, but great album from these guys. You can pretty much guarantee that they always deliver every time, and this is great. I don't like it quite as much as Surgical Steel, but I still really, really love it. Torn Arteries from Carcass, superb stuff. Into the top 3 now, and Kryptosis, Bionic Swarm. I was introduced to this by Fozzy at Vinyl Mania. He described this, I checked it out and absolutely loved it. And it's just brilliant. I'd never heard of these guys before. I think they are a new band, or I think they were a band under a different name, but this is the first album released under the Kryptosis name. Bionic Swarm. Progressive technical thrash metal, which just absolutely blew me away when I first heard it, and it's still blowing me away every time I hear it now. Just absolutely fantastic guitar playing. The drumming's superb. I love the vocals on this. Technical stuff, it's just brilliant. Always a challenge to listen to. I'm finding something new in it every time I listen to it. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Decipher, great track. Death Technology, Transcendence, Perpetual Motion, Game of Souls, Mindscape, etc., etc. This is out on Century Media. I highly recommend you pick this up. So much going on with the riffing. It's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. I've listened to it so many times. Yeah, I had no idea who this band were, and it just absolutely floored me with the very first listen. I listened to it again just yesterday, and it's still blowing me away now. Love this cover artwork as well. Really, really good. Phenomenal stuff. Kryptosis, Bionic Swarm. That's my number 3 for the year. Excellent stuff. I think these guys are from Holland, maybe Denmark, can't quite remember, but brilliant stuff. Number 2, and it was very hard to choose between the top 2, but I'm just going to go with number 2 for this one. It's come out in November, and it's the latest album from thrash metal legends Exodus, Persona Non Grata, and this is just superb. I remember when this got announced, I was really excited. Really looking forward to it, and that has not disappointed at all. An absolutely phenomenal album. The drumming from Tom Hunting on this is brilliant. I mean, he's been very ill recently. I think it's with cancer, and you wouldn't know. The drumming on this is just absolutely superb. Obviously, the guitar playing from Gary Holt and Lee Altus is superb. Brilliant riffing, some great solos on this, and I'm absolutely loving Steve Zetro's vocals on this. I think he sounds great. He's really pushing his voice. There's almost some bordering on death metal growls in this. Some real high sort of shrieking parts as well. He sounds vicious. He sounds pissed off. And the vocal delivery is just absolutely phenomenal. Brilliant riffing. Some great solos. You're always going to get great riffs on Exodus albums. And this has not disappointed at all. And it's just packed full of brilliant songs. Title track is great. Slipping Into Madness is brilliant. Elitist, I really like that. Prescribing Horror, The Beatings Will Continue. Side A and B, there's no bad songs. The Years of Death and Dying is good. Clickbait. The Fires of Decision is the only one I'm not too fussed on. Anti-Seed finishes it off. This is just brilliant. It's just absolutely phenomenal. It's pummeling and relentless pretty much. Drums, like I said earlier, just fantastic. Really, really kick your ass. Blistering solos. Savage guitar riffing. This, though, I must say, like the Flotsam and Jetson album, I really like the production. It's really crisp, really clear. But I won't lie, sometimes when I listen to thrash these days, I kind of really want to go back to the days of that more sort of basic, stripped down production, where everything doesn't sound so clinically perfect all the time, but still a phenomenal album. Exitium persona non grata, absolutely brilliant. But there's only one album that's better than it. This is how good this is, but one album is just slightly better in my opinion. And it is Pestilence Exitium, which came out back in the summer. I absolutely love this band, and when this album was announced, I was very, very excited and very much looking forward to it, and I was not disappointed. Patrick Mamelli, Pestilence main man, the front man, for me is an underrated musician. These guys never put out the same album over and over again, and this is just phenomenal stuff. Guitar-wise, it's fantastic, as always. Not relying on just fifth chords all the time. It sounds like they're using some jazz chords in here for the riffings, which makes the guitar playing very interesting. Great solos, drums sound great, the bass sounds nice in the mix. Patrick Mamelli's vocals are absolutely superb. It's just great stuff. Some absolutely amazing guitar solos in this as well, and the songs are just phenomenal. Catchy death metal, really, really good stuff. Technical, progressive. The only reason this is number one over Exodus is because Exodus is just, you know, them throwing out the same thrash metal album over and over again, which I'm absolutely fine with. But Pestilence mixing things up, doing things slightly differently, not putting out the same thing over and over again, and that's, for me, makes it the slightly better album. I'm not going to try and pronounce any of the song titles on this because they're very difficult, and I'm just not going to do it. But it's just a great album, and it has not disappointed me. Every time I listen to it, it just blows me away. Catchy stuff, progressive, technical death metal. Pestilence continuing to deliver the goods. 26 years into their career. Patrick Mamelli's vocals fantastic. Great guitar playing. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. I absolutely love this album. That's why it's my number one, obviously. Pestilence Exitium. Excellent stuff. If you haven't heard this, you're into heavy stuff, you need to check it out. You won't be disappointed. Right, guys, that's it. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end. Let me know what you think about my list. If you like this video, then please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It'd be very much appreciated. I'll be back next week. I'm going to do an honourable mentions video as well at some point soon for the stuff that quite hasn't made it into the top 20. I've got lots of other stuff in the pipeline, so thanks for sticking around. I'll catch you soon. Take care. Look after yourselves. Goodbye.